Namaste and Swagatam. Let me show you why prayer is necessary. See, there are three factors to accomplish any end. It is called prayatna, kala, and daivam. Prayatna means adequate effort. To accomplish anything, you have to do something. You don't just sit there and wait for God to make it happen. You have to do something. You have to study to acquire knowledge. You have to work to save money, etc. Whatever it is, to get to that goal, you have to do the prayatna, or the adequate effort. But even if you do the adequate effort, kala is necessary. You have to pay attention to the proper time. For example, if you're a farmer, you could plant, and you go ahead and you do the hard work of planting, but what if you plant at the wrong time? What if you plant in the midst of winter? That's just foolish. The seeds will not grow, they may die. So you have to understand the timing also. So prayatna is necessary, adequate effort, and you must choose the right time. There are certain times you may be able to accomplish certain things, and 10 years later it does not work. If a discovery is made now, it may work, but 10 years later it may not work because 20 other similar discoveries might be happening at the same time, and then you make one, you make that similar discovery, then it's of no real weight because 10 other people did it already. So the timing there is important. If you play stocks, there's a certain timing necessary for a particular stock. So prayatna, adequate effort, is necessary to accomplish something, and a proper timing is necessary. The right timing. You always say that what some people might have accomplished at a specific time in life, no one else can do that because the timing was right. But let's say you have knowledge of what you need to do, the right timing, and you also have the skills and you can do the adequate effort. But there is still the unknown. That is what we call daivam, or grace. So that's the third one. Prayatna, kala, and daivam. Daivam sometimes is referred to as grace, blessings, or most people will say luck. See, if any one of these factors are missing, prayatna, kala, and daivam, the result will be different, or the intended goal may not be accomplished. So we pray to God, or we request the help of daivam for that thing we don't know, for that which we can't control. You may plant 10 seeds right next to each other, of 1 foot apart from each other. You plant it the right time, you put in the adequate effort, you take care of it properly, but all 10 may not grow the same. We don't know which one might be eaten by a bird, or disturbed by something on the ground, whatever the case may be, or if rains may fall or not fall. This is all controlled by daivam, as we say, or it is unknown. And if it happens, we say it's luck. So that daivam is what we pray to affect that, to say, I'm going to put in the adequate effort, I'll do it the right time, but that which is out of my control, oh God, you please take care of that. So we say Vigneshwara, remover of obstacles. Vigneshwara is the name of Ganesha. As the first Pratama Devata, we do Vigneshwara Puja, the remover of obstacles to achieve our goals. Now that's important to understand, because prayatna and kala, if done and you don't get the result, you may blame yourself, but there are other things that are not within your control. Take, for example, you go for a job interview. You put in the effort, you studied hard, you have all the degrees, you're well qualified for the job, you have the right skill, and you show up at the interview at the right time. And there are 2 other candidates. Now you're best qualified, you're more qualified than the others, etc. But you may not have daivam in your favor. You're there at the right time, you showed up on time. In fact, you came before everybody else. You're better qualified. But you don't get the job. The guy that came late, you find out that person got the job. And they may not, you said, oh, I know that fellow. He was in my class and he doesn't know as much as me. He's not as skillful as me. I used to teach him, but he got that job. he had daivam. It could be you went in for the interview, you were best qualified, you probably were going to get the job, but then he showed up and he showed up late. They granted him an interview. And in the interview, the interviewer realized that this is the son of my friend, and they made an acquaintance. And he says, oh, I know your father. When he looked at the name on the application, he said, oh, I know this name. You know the such and such person? And the candidate says, yes, that's my dad. And then the interviewer says, we went to school together, that's my good friend. How is he? Even though this candidate did not have the prayatna as you, or put in the adequate effort, or is well qualified like you, the daivam was there for him. And this manager gave him the job, the interviewer gave him the job, simply by realizing, well, this is a son of my good friend, and I'm going to give him this job. He will learn along the way. No problem, he doesn't know as much as the other guy. So that's an example of daivam. So even though you have prayatna and kala, you don't know what is the daivam, so therefore we pray. That's why it's necessary to pray for the removal of obstacles, as we say, Vigneshwara. We do Vigneshwara puja. So once again, 3 things are necessary to accomplish anything: prayatna, kala, and daivam. And if understanding this, you understand why it's necessary to pray. Because even if you have prayatna and kala, daivam is not in your favor, or you don't know what can be the obstacles, you pray to affect that daivam. Om Shanti, 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 Om.